on to say that Iran has agreed to never have a nuclear weapon. The US Vice President JD Vance, meanwhile, has said that Washington hopes to unveil a memorandum of understanding with Iran in the coming days, expressing confidence in the talks, saying key issues, including the Strait of Hormuz, Iran's uranium stockpile and possible sanctions relief will be addressed during the 60-day negotiation period. So, Mayank, this is a huge win for the US if Iran also comes out to agree on this, because Trump, the statement that he has gone on to make is that Iran has agreed to never have a nuclear weapon.
Pratibha, before I start, specifically answer the question which you have asked, I need to bring out 2015 agreement, which was joint comprehensive plan. And in that case also Iran had agreed to hand over its whatever the enriched uranium quantity of uranium it had. So it is interesting to watch. Now again we are talking of handing over of that thing only and as being talked as nuclear dust. Now let's come back specifically to this point actually. See, things have started with doables. So what can be immediately achieved to at least bring some kind of a reprieve or some kind of a relief into the area? And Strait of Hormuz was found to be the first one. The other point is Iran had been waiting and it had put across certain sub-conditions to at least come to understanding that or to derive a sort of a confidence that they can move forward to the extent that they can reach an understanding on nuclear issues also. That's very important, because once you begin with smaller things and the confidence is achieved between the two sides, then only they can lead to a situation which was the biggest bargaining chip as far as Iran is concerned.
Okay.
Which is to give away all kind of rights to enrich uranium or to assemble bomb, Pratibha.
Okay, all right. So there are a few points that very clearly seem to be in contrast on the statement that United States has made versus what Iran has said. So let's talk about Iran's enriched uranium stockpile, because Iran, as of now, has not spoken about any clear clause on the transfer or any kind of deconstruction about the same, destruction of the same. In fact, Iran has not made any statement about the same. There is over 10,000 kgs of very critical portion of inventory, about 440 kgs of it. So what's going to happen for that? That question still remains. The uranium enriched purity of it is said to be over 60%, which the United States has said is unacceptable. So US has made it clear that this is going to be the biggest point. In fact, this was also one of the reasons or rationales provided by the US President Donald Trump time and again to justify this action on Iran. We have more breaking updates now coming in. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in his first comments on the US-Iran agreement, has said that he did not see Trump eye to eye, that he and Trump do not always see eye to eye. It's a big statement coming in from Israel, clearly not convinced about the deal, because in his first statement, he goes on to say that he and Trump do not always see eye to eye. Srinjoy is live with us. And Srinjoy, what does this mean? Because a large part of this peace deal or the peace in the region is also going to depend on Lebanon and Israel has made it clear. In the first reaction, Bibi says he and Trump don't see eye to eye on several issues.
To start with, you find the fact that this agreement is between America and Iran. Israel is not involved in this agreement. That's the first thing. Secondly, Lebanon is part of the agreement. Now, Lebanon is part of the agreement, which basically means that Lebanon will not be attacked by Israel, or they will not be fighting in Lebanon. Now, what does that mean? Or why has that come? It has come because the Hezbollah, who are allies of the Iranians, have been attacking Israel, particularly northern Israel, with short-range rockets and drones. Now, a new kind of drones very recently. As a result, Israel has been hitting southern Lebanon. Now that led to all the Hezbollah, or some of the Hezbollah leaders, moving north towards Beirut. which is why there have been attacks on Beirut. And that is not something President Trump has liked. He has picked up the phone and actually scolded Prime Minister Netanyahu. Now, if that has happened, naturally they don't see eye to eye, particularly on Lebanon. The other issue is whatever else happens, the Israelis have made it clear that Iran should not have a nuclear weapon. Now, Iran technically has signed the NPT, which means that if you sign the NPT, you don't work towards a nuclear weapon. But what Iran has admitted, and even in Delhi, one of their ministers said that yes, they enriched to 60%. Now, why do you need to enrich to 60%? If you want to enrich uranium to about 18 or 20%, all the medical needs that nuclear medicine requires is done.
Okay.
Now, the Iranians said that the enrichment was done to threaten, as a threat. So fine, they have, but now some solution has to be found vis-a-vis the 400 plus kilos of enriched uranium.
Yes, and what going to be, we don't have the answers yet. Shindra, just a moment, stay with us.